So we see whoever assembles against us, he says, shall fall. Why? Because he's for the righteous. He's for those that came within his borders. He's going to honor those that came within his borders and are willing to walk according to his word, according to his command. Behold, I have created the blacksmith who blows the coals in the fire, who brings forth an instrument for his work. I have created the spoiler to destroy. It's the Most High that creates the spoiler to destroy. It's the Most High that does these things. He allowed a destroyer to come through and destroy. And then we have the verse 17, what they always gave us in Christianity, not understanding this verse. Taking this verse out of its proper context. This is what they did in Christianity. This is what the camps are doing. For no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Against who? If you in Babylon, this applies for people in Babylon? No. You're in Europe. Does this apply for people in Europe? No. The Christians? No. Who is this talking about? It's talking about those that came within the borders. Those that he's going to protect within the borders. No weapon formed against them shall prosper. But if you outside, woe be unto you. You will experience Jacob's trouble. The spoiler will destroy you. That's Jacob's trouble. You're in trouble. You're going to stand up there, lift up your head and says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And he's going to slaughter you. And every tongue which rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. So all these people that speak against those that's coming out and getting within the borders, the way the scripture says to do, they're going to speak against it. That's why it says every tongue which rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. These are the rebels. We're going to condemn them. We're going to say, you're guilty. You're guilty for speaking against the truth. And the Torah said, cursed be everyone who does not confirm the words. You didn't confirm every word. And you went against the word of the Most High. You shall be condemned. Make sure you don't speak against the word. This go for me and my family. We have to be very careful not to speak against the word. When you see someone doing something, you don't understand what they're doing, you better learn and find out before you speak against it. But being that most of our people are Babylonians, we're quick to judge and not dig into the matter to find out. My family, when we come within the borders, our family think we've lost our minds. You crazy. What are you doing over there? Why are you over there? They don't understand scripture, and you can tell them the scripture, but they're blind and they can't understand. Well, I'll just stay here then, and whatever happens, it just happens. I'm stay here in Babylon. Whatever happens to me, it happens. That's just, they call it fate. This is that's what it's supposed to happen. This is how they take it. And that's a gooey mindset. That's someone that care not for the word of the Most High. That's someone that doesn't care when the Most High said move. When the Most High said turn right, that person care less. He'll keep straight. He'll turn left. He'll turn around and go backwards. That person has no idea the consequences of turning left when the Most High said turn right. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahuwah. You understand this? This is the heritage. The heritage is what the people are going to inherit. The chosen, the righteous, the remnant shall inherit the land. And so this is the heritage of the servants, those that's within the border. And their righteousness is from me, says Yahuwah. So there's no weapon formed against me. You're in Babylon quoting this. This doesn't apply to you. You are taking it out of context. The Most High is not going to protect you in Babylon's border because Babylon's border is not greater than our borders. We're going to see in the scripture, where is salvation coming from? Isaiah 60:18, violence shall no longer be heard in your land. Where? Where is our land? Where is our land? You see the scripture. According to the Most High, we have land. But none of the governments in the earth will substantiate this subject, this matter of we have land. They're not going to say, yes, this land belongs to these people, according to the Most High. They will never, ever. They're going to fight this until the end. Read Obadiah. They're going to fight until the end. Neither wasting nor destruction within your borders. So no more wasting, no more destruction within our borders. But you shall call your wall salvation. This I love. And you think Babylon's borders greater than our borders? When that judgment hits Babylon, those that went back into her, they're going to be left scratching their heads, thinking, boy, I was within the borders and I went back. What a fool I am. They're going to feel foolish. And shame will cover their faces. And many of them were unresponsive to the Most High's kindness. How is it? In your gates, Yada. So this is what will happen. This shalom will be within the borders, within our borders. And what we have in Babylon's borders, we want to see destruction. We're going to see desolation. This is what's coming to Babylon's borders. Isaiah 19:19. In that day, there will be a mitzvah to Yahuwah in the midst of the land of Egypt. And a pillar to Yahuwah at its borders. So here we see the Egyptians going to honor. They're going to fall in line. So there are some righteous Egyptians that will fall in line, and they're going to build a mitzvah in the midst of the land of Egypt. In the land of Egypt, there will be a mitzvah. How is this? They're going to fall in line with the Most High? Yes. Is the land so contaminated they can't build a mitzvah? No. The people are not that bad. Can you build a mitzvah in Babylon's border? No. Once again, no. You should not. And you better not. Any mitzvah being built there is for the enemy. And they are building them there because it belongs to the enemy. Those borders belong to the enemy. You don't think the land will be Kadash? Ezekiel 45:1. Moreover, when you divide the land by lot into inheritance, you shall set apart a district for Yahuwah, a Kadash section of the land. So here's a place, and we know this place. This is Jerusalem, where he chose to place his name. Its length shall be 25,000 cubits, and the width 10,000 cubits. It shall be Kadash throughout its territory all around. Ezekiel 47:13-14. Thus says Yahuwah Almighty. These are the borders. Over and over. And I'm just taking some scripture. There are many scriptures talking about the borders. But our Babylonian teachers will never teach you about the borders. You will never get a teaching on the borders. They don't care about the land. They don't care about the borders. You must understand this. These are the borders by which you shall divide the land as an inheritance among the 12 sons of Yasharal. Yahusep shall have 2 portions. You shall inherit it equally with one another. For I raised my hand in the oath to give it to your fathers. We are right back to the covenant. We're right back talking about the land. I told you. It's impossible. Always remember this point. It is impossible to talk about the scriptures, to learn from the scriptures, and not talk about the land or the borders. It's impossible. This is the covenant. So you that scattered in all these lands, all these wicked lands of Gui, you are not in covenant. You are forgetting the covenant. You are forgetting the land. And your Babylonian teachers are helping you to forget the land. And they want you to think when you die, we're going to inherit the land. We're going to go into the kingdom. The Christians say when you die, you go to heaven. That's not written anywhere in Scripture. We don't see that written anywhere. But we see the bosom of Abraham. We see Shaul being two different parts. One part for the righteous and one part for the wicked. One part torment and one part is Kadash. This is what we see in the Scripture. So he's talking about raising his right hand in an oath to give it to your fathers. And this land shall fall to you as your inheritance. Here is the inheritance. Here is the inheritance. Here's what's coming to the righteous. Those that come out, get within the borders. This is our inheritance. If we be careful to observe all his commandments in the wilderness and to do them, regardless of what anyone else says or do. Now, if you're not ready for the wilderness, you will not inherit. And most of us that go into the wilderness, we will not go or inherit this land because 2/3 will be cut off. Now let's look at Babylon's border. Because I spent an awful lot of time talking about our borders. So you think Babylon's border greater than ours because you're looking at it from the outside. You don't see that they have milked all the money out of her. She's shriveling up like a raisin, and she's about to poof, pow, be gone. Jeremiah 50:24-26. I have laid a snare for you. You have indeed been trapped. This is what's coming to Babylon's border. O Babylon, and you were not aware. See, the people, they're not aware. They don't understand. They're not even aware of what's coming. And as I said before, you have all these Christian people saying they're awake. You have all these Hebrew Israelites. That's what they call themselves. You have all these Hebrew Israelites saying they are awake. And they are not aware what's coming. You have been found and also caught. Because you have contended against Yahuwah. You are with the one that contend with Yahuwah. Is not this what Nimrod did? Did he not contend with the Most High? Did he not go against the Most High? Nothing new under the sun. Yahuwah has opened his armory. Weapons. His armory is weapons. And has brought out the weapons of his indignation. Babylon's borders. If it was greater than our borders, why is the Most High opening up his armory? Why is the Most High bringing out weapons? Why is he ready to do something? For this is the work of Yahuwah. This is the work of Yahuwah, Shadi of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against her from the furthest border. Her borders are wide and long. So he's saying that's a large landmass. Come against her, against the furthest borders. Don't leave nothing. Open her storehouses. Cast her up as heaps of ruins. And destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. You see, not one piece of border, not one piece of land will be left. So no, Babylon's border is not greater than our borders. And our people need to quit acting like Babylon's border is greater than our borders. This will be the future of Babylon's border here. And you think this is greater than our border? This is the question. This is what you went. Look, listen. People have been within the borders, many. And many more will probably go back to Babylon because they have not been grounded, rooted and grounded in his word. They have not studied for themselves. Man has led them astray. And they go back into her. Would you go back into this for this? You came out because he said come out. Some forgot who told them to come out. And then some came out just because they know destruction was coming. But they only went back into her. And what judgment coming to her, it will hit them also.